It's going to be hard. They're so good. Michigan State is playing such efficient basketball, offensively and defensively. You see with everybody. I mean, they are just really a terrific basketball team right now, and we're going to have to play better. We're going to have to play smarter and get some breaks.
Did you sense?
John, what makes Cassius so dominant?
All right, can we talk about this game first?
Yes.
Thank you. We just won by 30. Go ahead.
When you see Jordan score those 6 quick points, you see Iggy scoring his first 3. How does the rest of your team feed off the emotion that those two bring to the floor when things are going well and turn into a big blowout win like this one?
Yeah, I mean, everybody, I just love the idea that we shared the basketball, 20 assists again on 2 straight nights. Our team was just really good at, we're not a selfish team, but we watch video a lot, as you know, and they don't see the other open people until consistent video over and over in. A consistent, I give it to you, you give it to me, of sharing. And then we're more apt to do that. So I think that speaks well for our team. Different people had different runs in the game, and it always precipitated by good passing.
And how proud are you of Isaiah today, and how well is he taking over that Duncan Robinson role?
Yeah, I mean, it's terrific. I think that Charles's injury was good for him, that he got to go in there 30, 35 minutes and get comfortable in the 3 spot. Remember before, he was playing more 4 and 5. And being really comfortable that we're going. He really played 3 different positions today. So he's worked really hard at that jump shot. But it's not the jump shot right now. It's the defense, taking the ball to the basket, rebounds, all those things.
7 assists for Jordan Poole. Let's talk about his 4 games.
We just talked about it. That's huge. As we continue to help him to grow his game, that's a huge stat for him that he's got to work at. The 2 guard in our offense traditionally has over 100 assists. I've had it as high as 189 at West Virginia, and he just doesn't have enough of those. Now he's made the right play many times. We're not a great shooting team, and you don't have Mo in a pick and pop, right, like Muhammad did last year. So that has a lot to do with it too. But just him understanding, make that next pass, draw 2, kick. So he, Iggy, Charles, they're all growing in that area. But when they don't get as much chance maybe because we probably do more with X this year than we did last year.
John, how much does it help being able to get the starters out early, be able to get them 6 extra minutes in the back?
Yeah, my assistants wanted me to pull them a lot earlier than that. And I'm not comfortable with a 20-point lead with 10 minutes to go. But once we got to 30 and there's 6, I felt really good. And it's good, right, that they can they'll be able to do that. And first of all, for no injury, but second of all, that they can just get off their feet and then get ready. 3 games in 3 days is hard. We know what it's like for 4. Most of these guys don't know what it's like to do it for 4. There's a whole new team, not a whole new team, but a very new team playing in this game as far as major, heavy leg minutes.
John, C.J. Barrett got in the game. How much growth do you think he's had this season?
He's really good in practice. He can play the 2, the 3, the 4, and he does it every day. We love the kid. He's a great part of the team. Walk-ons are key to team success.
John, how far back do you think Charles was?
I saw him after he was yesterday up and down the floor a few times, absolutely gassed. This is one sport. He did incredible pool workouts. He was doing the I forget some of the things where the gravity, non-gravity treadmills. He was working so hard. Nothing like running, jumping, wrestling, right with a guy, running, jumping, wrestling. It just wears you out. So that's why I've tried to give him as many reps as we can. And we get rounded in the form, but I tell you, his defense hasn't changed, right? But just offensively, he's a little off.
How tough it?
More of the explosion.
Yeah. I think he's okay with his explosion. I think he's just got to get his timing back.
How tough is it to win 10 games in a row in this tournament?
I don't even think about it. I'll think about it one day. I don't even think about it. But it would be nice to win 11. That would really be cool. And so it's something that we're just kind of trying to do our best in. And once again, Minnesota really down on players this year, but already played 2, right? But last year where we went on there run, same scenario, but we just had a little bit more bench, 6, 7, 8. You had Teskey coming in, you had Duncan coming in. Xavier, I forget who else was coming in at the end. It was Jerron Simmons coming in. It gave us a little bit more. Richard didn't have that down the stretch. They ran out of gas.
It doesn't seem like the ball has stuck, as you say, since you came here in Chicago. Is there just the year?
I think overall the maturation has continued on during the year. And if you watch any of our European film, right, the ball was like Velcro. And so right now they're moving the ball, they're just sharing it, they trust each other. And that's really been good. To get those 20 assists twice in a row is really good.
You sense Isaiah becoming a little more of a hunter?
Yeah, absolutely. He really believes. He really works hard. You know, I have to chase him and Isaiah and Xavier off the floor. You know, when we have their catapult numbers and we want a certain number of load, and their load is where it should be. And now I look out and they're shooting after weights. And get off your feet, and they're just 5 minutes, coach. So they like this idea that I can become a better shooter through extra reps, and that volume breeds confidence. That confidence gives you some swag out there, so you can hunt a little bit.
Coach, can you talk about the fact that here we're in the house that Jordan built that seems a whole lot of history, and it's Michigan and Michigan State fighting for a title. You're fighting for a title against your rival. Paint that picture for me, Coach.
Do I have to paint that picture right now? No, you're right. You're right. I mean, this is great. We have to embrace it. Michigan State's not going away as being a force in the Big Ten. Michigan's not going away as a force in the Big Ten, and as a result, we've got two great programs. As I've said before, this is in this Big Ten in this city of Chicago, where we both got great alumni bases, right? And now you got two terrific teams that have both been to Final Fours in the last 10 years, a couple of times. It's just a great venue right now with two really storied programs going at it. So thrilled that we've as you know, when we came to Michigan, that was not necessarily there was times in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, they were like that. It wasn't like that. And now to be right there, it really feels like really good that we've accomplished that. And I think they feel the same way, right? That they are competing with a great program like Michigan every day, and it's great for everybody.
John, defensively, I guess, how much has a performance like this sort of become almost the expectation with this team?
This is you know, Luke's on this all the time, and that we're understanding that we're charting every possession. And the expectation is your name's not going to show up in red the next day as you didn't do your job. And so I think that's really helped us overall. And then our team knows, I think they're starting to finally understand the correlation between getting a stop and scoring points. And it's bad field position. You want good field position, right? Good field position comes from getting a stop and running. And I think they understand that. And now it's a little bit of it's a lot of our identity, actually.
We got time for a few more because we have some other obligations.
John, seeing a lot of the freshman bench players getting a lot of playing time today and yesterday too, how was that?
I mean, it's terrific because they've worked those guys, it's a thankless position to be a bench guy and just be out there, and you know they're dismissed from film early every day to go out and run another plays, and they've been running Princeton stuff. There's some complicated offense, and then when they don't run it yet, we're all yelling at them. They really have a thankless job, and then they got to morph over and do it again and do it again. So I love getting them in there, and I wish they'd make some shots because you can see how our bench reacts every time they take one.
John, how have you seen Iggy develop in terms of being able to do anything against Jordan today?
Yeah, I mean that was if that was November, there would have been foul trouble immediately. He's learned to play without fouling. He's learned that yes, I can front a big guy, and I think he's learned that it's tough to guard a big guy, right? But it's tough for that guy to guard me too. So just use it to your advantage while you just continue to grow as a player.
John, you've seen a lot of good point guards over the years. I'm going to hit you with the Cassius question now. You put it off. What makes him so special?
His vision. I think his vision and his skill level, his command of the basketball, to be able to see things and get that ball out of his hands before you can get your hands up. And it's touched on time, on target. And then the fact that you have to guard him from three, I mean, he's an elite three-point shooter, gives him a really good package. As I said, he's terrific. But what really makes this team terrific is the shooters around him. We got 40% guys all around him. It's Trey Burke with Nick Skauskas and Tim Hardaway. I mean, that's what's out there, and it gives him room to do so much.
Coach, what are your thoughts on a Sunday afternoon championship with selection show?
I think we mentioned that to the team how it would be great to we had so many fans that travel in for this to get to Sunday, and then there's nothing better than cutting down the nets, right? Sitting there in Selection Sunday, know you got a heck of a seed, right? And sitting there and embracing what at one time, right, was a dream to make the NCAA tournament. And now to win the try to win this championship again tomorrow, and also sit back and see where you're seated with a game. Could be a game Thursday, right? So it's quick moving after that, and that's probably the only downside, that you're playing Sunday and you could be playing Thursday in California or something. So, but we'll take it every time.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, everybody. Right.